Sadly, one of the hardest parts of studying abroad in America is getting that job. Lots of job applications get rejected. Even if you get that interview, it's really hard to get hired. But if you have the right strategies, you can pivot it from rejections to actually guiding the conversation, convincing recruiters, and getting an awesome job offer. That's right, we have an awesome story from our friend Harsh, who's going to share his strategies and techniques to really guide and dominate a job interview here in America, which is maybe different from your home country. Check it out. Hey friends, welcome to Chine Coaching. I'm Rob, and at Chine Coaching we love guiding students and professionals to success in their cross-cultural journey. We've guided thousands and thousands of people to land amazing jobs, especially here in America, to crack those job interviews and get success. And in this video, that's exactly what we're going to do: how to navigate a job interview, mistakes to avoid, and how to really upgrade your job search process here in America. Harsh, welcome buddy. Please introduce yourself.
Thanks for inviting me again to Chine Coaching, Rob. It's good to be here again. I'm Harsh. I'm currently work at Palo Alto Networks as Senior Staff Software Engineer in AI. In terms of education, I did my Master's in Computer Science at University of Texas, Dallas. And after that, I did my business professional course from Stanford University, where I learned about business development, engineering management, and leadership. And I overall have like 7+ years of experience in IT domain. And I would say worked in multiple companies, gave a lot of interviews. So all this experience I would love to share and tell some strategies that really help work for me and could be helpful for the viewers.
Harsh, let's start with what are the typical mistakes that job seekers make here in America, especially as international students?
The problem happens is like you don't know what subjects to focus on till the end. You're just looking to get any random job which is not of your interest, and even if you get it, you will not do good in that, and things will not work best way for you. So I think the biggest mistake is, like, I would say, to overcome that is to figure out from the starting itself what are your area of interest are and what do you like to do, what you want to pursue in like next 5 years. What should be that industry should look like? Either it's manufacturing, either it's oil and gas, energy, cybersecurity, or just the basic software engineering. So first figure that out, what you really want to do, what are the subjects you like. Then comes the next part where we start the journey of all this tech enhancement or learning the technical skills.
Yeah, so there's important mistakes to avoid. It's important to understand that job search in America is very different from your home country, especially if you're coming from Asia and the other side of the world. Now Harsh, let's talk about your job search strategy. What was your focus, especially with your job applications, and how maybe was what you were doing different than maybe typical students?
Rob, I think when I came here, I was very much clear from the starting that if I want to pursue a job now, because I was already working in India and I was already doing a software engineering development job. I came here to study machine learning and AI, and that's where I wanted to be. And when I came here, I got exposure to those subjects. I know that this is the field I want to be. And when I was doing my research assistantship in my university, I got to know about cybersecurity field. So that's the area of interest I felt. I think that this is the domain I should pursue my career. Then after that, I started building my course curriculum based on that. I know, like, I'm doing some research work also in cybersecurity and AI, so I should take machine learning courses, I should take cybersecurity basic courses, networking courses. So I build my course curriculum based on that, so that holistically I get the full complete information about those knowledge.
Yeah. So you weren't choosing courses just for easy grades, but building the course package that you think is going to help maximize you getting the good jobs. Also choosing right professors, research projects, and tailoring that profile. Right.
Absolutely. I mean, and I think choosing the right professor and right project is very important, because people just choose random professors just for the, getting some easy grades. But it's very important to kind of go with the professor who can kind of add some value to your learnings, and you do some good projects with them, even have a scope of doing a research assistantship or a TA after that.
Now tell us, what was your special strategy for when you were applying for jobs online?
Yeah, I think as I mentioned, I was very clear on that these are the specific areas of AI and machine learning I want to be, and it should be related to cybersecurity. So I made a list of companies which are pioneer in these domains. And right from the starting, I started applying for I would say all these companies, so that I can get the easy call, and I should be the first one they communicate and call for an interview. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I started early rather than others waiting till the end. And I think whenever I got my interview, I try to make sure I give my best in that. I highlight the projects that I've been doing with the professor, because that's like an industry based project, and it is more valuable than the course curriculum which everybody is doing in my in my university.
And how many applications would you say that you filled out when you were searching for jobs on average?
Since as I telling you this, so bit kind of a exception, because I streamlined that this is the domain I wanted to be. So the number of application people were applying like 100, 200 applications,
Or
but
thousands.
I mostly I believe, like, because of I worked in India also, and we had a very good understanding about this work and specialization. So I typically applied around 20 to 30.
Yeah, 20 to 30, which is what most international students apply to in a day.
Yeah.
So Harsh really focuses on quality, having a really specific, strategic, streamlined focus with job search, with job applications, and makes a few really good job applications which have an impact versus filling out hundreds or thousands randomly that are weak, hoping one of them sticks.
Yeah. So during my college time, I was also doing this like online certification from Coursera, and also cybersecurity courses which I was taking and working with the professor on as a research assistant. That project itself I knew is like a really good, because we also published a research paper on that, and I also gave a conference talk about that paper. So every time I used to apply, I knew my conversion rate, what everybody talks about is like, if you apply to 100 companies, you get 2 or 3 calls, right? So for me, it worked in favor of me. If I have applied to 10 jobs, 7 or 8 of them, I get a call back for interview. Because,
that's incredible.
Yeah, because I know that those projects I'm doing is of really good value, and it is very impactful.
Do you ever wake up on a Monday morning and dread heading out the door? Or even worse, don't even have a job to go to on Monday? If you've ever thought about creating innovative apps, or designing stunning websites, or engineering systems to help businesses function, I want to tell you about an amazing platform that will make that process so much easier for you. Meet Careerist, our fantastic video sponsor. Careerist is a learning platform. With their interactive and immersive courses, they can help you connect the dots from your now and your exciting future. Even if you don't have any experience in tech, Careerist will teach you everything you need to know and help you land a well-paid job in one of the happiest professions in the US. With classes both in manual and automated quality assurance, sales and systems engineering, UX design, and so much more. Careerist will teach you all the skills that you need to enter into an in-demand field of your choice. Careerist is the best place to start your career in tech because, one, you'll attend live classes, but you can also catch the recordings after each lesson. You'll get one-on-one guidance from a personal mentor, internship opportunities to practice what you've learned, and support at all stages of the program until you achieve victory. For Careerist graduates, the average time to get a job in tech is 2 to 4 months if you follow the job search instructions. Use the discount code ROBCHAI to get 10% off when you try out Careerist today. We'll have links above and in the video description to help you get started in upgrading your career today. So because you had a strategic focus, you had a great ROI in terms of number of job interviews you got from job applications, which for most students, their ROI is really bad. You know, one interview for maybe 1 to 200 applications. So now you're in the interview, you know, you're across the table with these, you know, recruiters, team leaders, supervisors. I know that you've got this really cool idea. Tell us, how do you manage the conversation and guide it to your advantage?
Yeah, so I will tell you a very good, strategy that I think people can also use. First round is usually, your coding round and everything, and you cannot do anything about that. You have to have those software skills, software engineering skills to tackle those and clear those. But once you are in the interview and face-to-face interview, that's where I think you could have ball in your court. Mm-hmm. And some of the strategies I would say is like, whenever I used to have face-to-face interviews, whenever the interview starts, they ask you for a introduction. Like, would you like to introduce yourself in just first 5 minutes of the starting of the interview? So I think that's the key. So you need to have a very compelling story of why you're looking for this particular company and what makes you interested to be part of it, what specific skills you have. Mm-hmm. So even if you introduce yourself, your name, whatever grades you have and what projects you have done, you know that you have done one very good project. Mm-hmm. So at the end you can have a story that, hey, I have done something like that, but this is the work that I have been doing. So that it's like having a loose end at the end. So it will make other person curious as an interviewer that, hey, I would like to know about this project, what you were talking about. You're so much highlighting about it.
So at the very end of your introduction, you leave a teaser,
yes,
kind of a hook for maybe your most powerful project that would really entice these recruiters. And so they say, oh, I'm going to skip my next question. I want to hear about that.
Yes.
So you're setting them up to ask you about the specific work that's
Right.
valuable.
Right. So you need to set up that story as a hook and tell that this is the project I was doing, which is really impactful. The next question you will get is like, okay, people will not mind taking 2-3 more minutes, and they will ask you, okay, tell me more about this project, what you have been working. Now you have the ball in your court. So that's the
Now you're controlling the conversation.
now you have the control, and you are the expert of the work you have done in the projects. So now explain in detail like what are the highlights of the projects. In terms of numbers, I would say people usually say that I have done that, I have achieved this project, I accomplished that, but tell about numbers, what you have accomplished. Like if by doing this project there is a 20% increase in accuracy, so highlight those in terms of numbers and data. So that will be the strategy to kind of control the communication, and then the interviewer will be asking you the next question about those domains.
As you're continuing that conversation, what does it look like as you're going through? Are you just receiving their questions? Are you asking questions to them? What are you thinking in that?
Obviously, the interviewer has a big hand because he's on the power position right now. He's on the company side, and you are the one who's looking for the job. But they are also equally responsible to hire a good candidate. So if you tell them that this is the work you have done, and they find that's the differentiation among other interviews that they have taken, they will take their usual coding rounds and everything if they want to get the get the problem solve ability checked from your end. But after that, they will certainly be interested to know more about it. One of the instances I remember is like there was one person who took my interview because I leave that hook. At the end of the interview, he stayed on call with me for 10 more minutes to just to tell her that, hey, what you have accomplished in this project, and what was the conference you were talking about that you presented this project about.
Yeah.
So that was really adding the value.
I like it. Friends, if you're loving this video and learning a lot like me, hit that like button to say thanks to Harsh for sharing his job search tips. And our chai question for you guys is, what is the hardest part of the job search here in America? As you're searching for jobs, what's the biggest struggle, the biggest hurdle? Let us know in the comments what's the hardest thing for landing a job here in America. We want to know so we can make more content to help you guys out. So unfortunately, sometimes a job interview is going well and then you get stuck. So Harsh, what's a tip for when someone can't answer or solve a problem during that job interview?
Oh, Rob, I mean, I remember like old interviews that I have given. It happens multiple times that I'm not able to solve a problem. But the thing is, sometimes interviewer asks you very tricky questions, and even if they are giving the interview, they won't be able to solve that within the span of just half an hour, that problem, because these are very hard problems in terms of software engineering domain. But what they are looking for is like, what are the approaches you have tried when you were trying to solve that problem? What are the different ways, different design patterns you are exploring, like when you try to solve? So I've seen what people do wrong is like when they're not able to solve the problem, their mind gets stuck and they're like, oh, we cannot just do it. But I think the better approach is you try different strategy. It could be your first approach is not working. Just think over it, give it a 2-minute break. Try a different strategy. If that works, your problem is solved. If that also doesn't work, then you can tell them that, hey, these are the thoughts I have, and kind of to solve this problem. And if I'm not able to solve it right now, what I will do is I will email you the solution of this problem in just like half an hour or in next 1 hour. So this way you are making sure that you have the intent of working hard, or
finishing
if
the job.
if you're not able to kind of do it in that particular time, you're ready to put extra effort and solve them and give them back the solution. So that's what I would say it's a very good thing to do while if you're not able to solve any problem.
Yeah, say, hey, let me finish this, give me 30 minutes, 1 more hour, and I'll send it. Check your inbox. And then there's that good follow-up. I like it. So at the end of interviews, they're always going to ask the question, what questions do you have? Harsh, how can people maximize that and ask good quality questions at the end of the interview that are going to help you, again, convincing that recruiter?
It's the part which I could say it could be the deal breaker. If even though you have not solved the problem, you're told that, hey, I will send you the solution later, but this is also a very good time that you kind of control the interview. You can show your intent of joining the company, what you most like about that company. Usually that interviews are team specific sometimes, so maybe your manager is taking your interview, so you can ask them what are the different projects they are working on right now, what are the tools and technology they are using, what is their team size. So if you know what are tools and technology they are using, maybe you did not perform well, but you can write them just an email after the interview and tell them the progress in 2 months or 1 month, that hey, we had an interview and maybe for later that I could not answer this, but now I know all this skill set that you mentioned during the interview which I could not answer. So it's a good way to kind of ask questions, know about what projects they are working on, what is the teams, how the team structure is there. So to show you are very much interested into joining the company.
Yeah, I think you should always have at least 5 or 6 prepared questions in your head, in your pocket, ready to go. You can think of some good ones on the fly as well, but always come prepared, at least 5, 6 good questions that will continue that conversation and make you stand out as a job candidate. And then lastly, to really bring it home, the job interview doesn't end when you leave the room, but there's follow-up. You have to stay top of mind. You want to, stay in that network, on that radar. So what are good ways that people can follow up professionally, but also strategically after the job interview?
Yeah, I think a couple of mistakes people do there is like either they don't follow up or they follow up so much
too much. They're annoying.
that the recruiter gets annoyed and
they seem desperate.
Yeah, it's better to understand that we need a job, but the companies also need a good candidate.
Yeah.
Right. So if
you need to be the answer to their problem.
Yes, exactly. So after the interview, I would say approach is to always take time. Take that full day. And at the evening, if you have given in morning interview, take that full time, and before the day closes, send a thank you email that hey, I like the conversation with you during the interview, and I'm really looking forward to get the feedback on the results on that. So that is the first, I think, email I would suggest everybody to send a thank you note to the recruiter, because she has done a lot to kind of assemble users.
Yeah.
Yes.
They work hard for you.
Second, I would say is also, if you don't hear back, right, what happens is, let's say they are taking interviews of 10 candidates for one specific role. So they may be interviewing other candidates and they will not reply to you because they want to finalize and pick only 2 of them or only 1 of them. So by the time they wait, they don't follow up. So what you can do is wait for 2 days at least. Let them do their processing at their end from the company side and collect the feedbacks and everything. After two days, you can ask them like, hey, I gave that interview, I'm really looking forward to get the results and how the progress look like. So if they don't send the reply back, HR, don't continuously send them emails, buzz them, wait, have the cycle of 2 days every day, and keep asking me. I'm pretty sure if they don't reply in 2 days, they will certainly reply in 4 days. Within a week or 2. Yeah.
So every couple of days, email, LinkedIn, what's the best way?
Yeah, I would say email is a preferable one, because usually recruiters have the company ID and company email ID, and that's where they use to kind of set up these interviews. So it's good to whatever interview invite they have scheduled, you can reply back to that and get the follow back.
Great, I love it. So Harsh, this has been amazing. I've learned a lot. What final words of encouragement do you have for job seekers out there, especially those who are struggling?
Yeah, I would suggest everyone have a clear mindset of what is your field of interest, and make your curriculum based on those subjects. Choose those subjects, learn them, and when you make a list of companies that are your dream companies, and apply early, get interviews, and maybe the tips and trick I have told you help you. It worked for me. Maybe some of them will work for you, and you get a best your dream job.
Yeah, definitely. Follow his strategies. They've worked for him, and I know they're going to work for you guys. We've made another amazing video with Harsh about cybersecurity. We talked about the cybersecurity degrees here in America, the job scope, and career opportunities to find out if cybersecurity is a career you want to pursue. So check out the other video. We'll have the link for that. Just a friendly reminder to check out Careerist if you need help in your job search. We are super picky about who we let sponsor our videos, but Careerist is an approved Chai coaching partner. The next batch of classes is starting soon, and with most programs executed in less than 6 months, you'll be on your way to landing a great salary before you know it. Click the link to try out Careerist today and use the promo code ROBCHAI for a 10% discount. And so, Harsh, this was amazing. Thanks so much. Really appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, Rob.
My friends, be sure to connect with us online on social media like LinkedIn, Instagram. We can continue the conversations there and great other videos and clips. We have an awesome Chine Coaching e-newsletter with tips, resources, gives you updates on live events that we do when we do lives and webinars, and we want to get your feedback there as well. We love having you being part of this Chine Coaching community. We really want to see you succeed and thrive, whether you're studying abroad, looking for jobs. Thanks so much for tuning in, friends. We'll see you next time. Cheers, everyone.